Hey, Chicas. Welcome back to another episode of It's for the Chicas. I'm Anaí.
And I'm Giselle, and this is episode 25.
Yay.
Halfway to 50. So on today's episode, we have a guest that me and Anaí don't know very much. So this is an exciting episode for us. We have the one and only Bare Beauty Aesthetics.
Yay. Let us know your name.
Yes. What is your name? Everybody knows you by Bare Beauty.
Really?
Yes.
My name is Abigail, and I go by Abby.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. I forgot.
I'm sorry, guys. This is our second time
was like,
recording this. So I wasn't just like, Like, it's just like, hold on. I'm sorry. Let me get caught up.
Giselle didn't press record, and we recorded 25 minutes. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah. So I'm just
is
like,
funny.
okay,
Sorry,
like, I'm
guys.
thank to think, wait, what was I going to say? What did I say
next
before?
word?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But so you got a little
too.
warm up. You got a little warm up, but okay, it feels so funny like saying it all over again.
It does.
Thank you
But-
for coming on with us. Suhey did tell us a lot about you. Well, not a lot. She just told you to bring you on. Like, you were super sweet and nice. But that is why I asked for notes, because we really didn't know much about you.
Yeah.
So you did share some notes with us, and you said your birthday's in a couple of days. So happy birthday!
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
When is it?
It's May 20th.
Oh, so it's like
okay.
right around the
Literally,
corner.
like in about, what, a week and a half or so?
Yeah.
We have somebody that day. We'll be
Recording?
recording. Yeah.
Do you have any plans for your birthday?
I don't.
No. What number is it? I mean, if you don't want to take
Like,
it up. But...
how old?
Yeah,
Oh,
how old are you
no,
gonna
I
be?
don't mind. I'm 29. I'm going to be 29.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so we're all like the same
Yeah.
age.
Yeah.
I'll
I'm-
be 29 in July.
So
Okay,
I'm,
okay.
yeah, so I'm a year older than you.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're going to be...
It's okay.
I'm gonna be 30 in August.
Okay,
You don't look
okay.
30, sister.
A
yeah,
little
I'm
bit.
gonna be
These
29.
wrinkles
you
look.
don't.
These
I don't
wrinkles
mind.
look 30.
You do not look 30. And you don't look 30 either.
I'm not 30. I'm not 30.
But I'm saying you don't look close to
29.
30.
She said 29.
And then, so when she texts me, she's like, "Y'all wear makeup?" And she's like, "I'm gonna go natural." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, look at you. Look how
I know.
gorgeous."
Thank you.
You have
Yeah.
amazing skin.
You
like,
do.
you're, like, so pretty. I was just talking to my friend because we were talking about foundations this morning. I was like, I just envy everybody that doesn't have pores, like that have closed off pores.
Yeah.
Like, your makeup goes on so smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
then she was like, "I'm okay with the natural look." I'm like, "Yeah, look at her."
It was
Yeah.
so funny
Gorgeous.
because she
I'd
texted
be
me
okay with
back.
that too.
Yeah, I'd be okay with it.
You texted me back something funny, but I didn't really know her yet, like to kind of like give her off like my smart ass remark.
Oh,
to
yeah.
Say,
What did I say?
you probably have that natural look, sis, or something like that.
Oh, you
right?
probably got that natural glow, sis.
And I was literally
And
gonna
she
text
does.
back like, no, more like that natural laziness at 7 a.m. Like, I do not like to do my makeup. I just
Really?
no.
But you
It's-
don't need it.
You don't
Like,
need it at
yeah.
all. You really don't.
I get so angry. You know what it is? That makeup is not like just foundation, and like
Oh.
that if I don't contour correctly, then I'm like, and then I gotta take it all off, and then I
Yeah.
hate it. My makeup. It just
It's
makes
so
me
many
really angry.
steps.
I'm like,
Yeah.
it makes me really angry. It'll ruin my day.
Okay, well, let's get into again, because I'm just like trying to go over what we went through. But so we all know you by Bare Beauty Aesthetics. What is Bare Beauty Aesthetics?
Okay. So, Bare Beauty Aesthetics is a body contouring clinic. It actually started about 3 to 4 years ago now. And it does feel funny talking about it again.
I know.
Right, yeah.
Kind of going over it all over
But it's
again.
okay, I'm so
Okay.
interested.
Yeah. You want to hear the story?
Yeah,
again?
so
Okay.
I'll hear it again.
Okay, so it actually started about 3 to 4 years ago, and I started off in the Pasadena area, because that's where I'm from.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from Pasadena, so I started at the old mall, like at the little ghetto one. I started,
But it wasn't
there.
always ghetto.
It wasn't. It was a
No,
spot.
It used to be the spot.
Heck
Oh,
yeah.
I was gonna say, it wasn't always ghetto growing up,
Yeah.
but like when I started there, ya no había nada. It was
Oh,
literally
okay.
just.
Like when they were selling boots inside.
Dude, I don't even think they were selling boots.
They had like
okay,
3
so-
stores open.
Yeah, I was one of them. Me and Journeys were the last ones standing. I
Oh, they
kid
did
you
have a
not.
Journeys
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, it was me, Journeys, and Sears. And Sears was like Deuce, and then Journeys,
Yeah.
and then me. Yeah, because if there's no
wow.
Journeys, there's literally going to be no walk-ins.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, I started there, and dude, rent was super cheap. I knew that I didn't love the place, but I loved the fact that I was making profits so early on in the game,
Yeah.
right? But I also knew that I didn't want to stay there forever, especially with the goals that I had. Like, ever since I started Bare Beauty Aesthetics, I've seen it a certain way, and I've painted it out a certain way, right? And I'm like, okay, well, this is not fitting the picture. But I knew that I needed to start somewhere. And I did feel like it was better to start there than from home, right? Again, because I'm really big on like how I look, how I portray myself, how I portray the company. So I was like, okay, it's better to start it here and then eventually move up. One of my really good friends, one of my best friends actually, she was like, hey, Abby, I'm here in a place and right next door they're renting the room because it was right in the middle of a pandemic. So a lot of people weren't making the money to cover their rent, especially if they were lacking clientele and things like that. So my friend was like, hey, like maybe I can talk to the lady and she can, you know, get you in here because está solito como quiera. Like literally there's not a lot of walk-ins or anything. And I was like, okay, awesome. So sure enough, it was so weird how things played out. Like I had her go in, visit me one day. And literally, I want to say but not even a month later, I was already in the whole other place. Yeah. So I transitioned over to Pearland. I'm an extremely impulsive person. So I probably should have done that move at the time.
Yeah.
Just like financially and like my rent, remember, I'm at Pasadena, I'm paying $300. Yeah. So nobody nowhere is going to give me that, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't think about it. I just knew that I didn't want to be there. Especially that's not the clientele that I wanted. So when this opportunity came, I kind of just hopped on it instead of like sitting back and thinking like, where are you going to be? You know, things like that. Yeah. So I kind of just got myself in a little bit of a pickle at the time and I just jumped on it and did it. But it all played out perfectly. I ended up being there for about 2 years.
But that's good because you're not like afraid to like, jump forward.
Yeah, no, not when it comes to my business. No, absolutely not.
That's good. Because I mean, it's held me back like on a lot of things or like now I feel like the podcast, not so much. But when we first started, like it was scary.
Yeah.
You know,
no,
so
don't be scared.
Yeah.
If you fall, we'll just pick you up.
Yeah, get back up.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, and you're building like a community full of like good women. So one of them's going to pick you up.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I got you.
She's like, you don't need nobody.
I got you.
She for real be like, you don't need nobody.
But so you mentioned like you're the only one with this technique in Houston. What did you mean about that?
Okay, so essentially what I do, anybody can do here in Houston, right? Okay. I do body contouring, right? So literally it's not hard to get into the industry, especially now. So anybody can do it. However, I have mastered a technique that you can only get with me. And I think that is really, really nice. I think that that's the one thing that sets me apart from the rest. And I don't really have to talk about it much. Like if you go to the Instagram and let's say
your results speak
the results speak for themselves. I mean, with one session and let's say you compare it to like another one, and not necessarily just from Houston, from a different state or just Texas in general. I mean, you're not going to get the same results with one session. And I do take huge pride on that. Like I literally pat myself on the back because it did take a long time to get there. Especially because in the past I didn't have the equipment that I have now. It was literally my technique doing all the work. And I actually teach that now with the, I don't want to say cheaper equipment, but
with the equipment that you started off with.
Yeah, the equipment that I started off with, you know, I guess, cheaper for lack of a better word. A lot of people, that's the equipment they can get their hands on to start off, right? Yeah. Like we all start somewhere. And that's when you really have to put in that work. You really have to have the right technique in order to get the results. Because if not, you're just not going to get it. And now I have my technique and amazing like medical equipment. So it's like a huge, you know, it just works very well in conjunction. They work very well in conjunction, and it just makes Bare Beauty Aesthetics what it is now.
And then now you're located, you said, in Webster, right?
Yes, I'm in Webster now.
From Pearland to Webster. I was going to ask something else and my mind just went blank.
I keep wondering if like I repeated myself on this on this
like recording. If you were saying it already. No, you haven't.
I haven't. Okay, I'm like, I wonder if this is on you or if it's from the old one.
Happened, we know what the feeling. Like, but I was say that.
I was gonna ask, which kind of went with that question. What got you into body sculpting? Like, did you do that before, or you just kind of got into it?
Into body sculpting specifically, or just the industry in general?
Body sculpting specifically.
Body sculpting is very, very personal to me. Oh damn! Do y'all have tissues?
I do, but I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh God,
It's not
I
over
should have
there?
read the notes.
Is it?
I'm an emotional wreck all
I
the
think
time.
they're like on abajo.
No, my purse is there.
No. It's okay. I'm just kidding. I'll get it.
I think it's behind
I'm
the
like, I'll
pillow.
get it together. I'll hold it together. No. Body sculpting in general, it's something very, very personal to me, and I want to say, taking it back like to the technique and the whole thing, I really believe that's one of the reasons why I am where I am today and why I'm the best at what I do, because not only is it the only thing that I do versus picking at everything else.
Yeah.
So I really have the time to, master it, but also because I hold it very deep in my heart. Like I grew up a bigger girl, right? I mean, you can see I'm still a little thick, but I feel like
me too.
You have a good body, man.
I'm like, but now that I'm older, I think everything went to where it needed to, right?
Oh, okay.
Man, growing up, I'm telling you, like, I have pictures 9 months old. I look like a 3-year-old. Que vergüenza. Like, no, yeah, like, I don't know what my mom was feeding me. Well, my grandma, actually, not my mom, but
Like grandma's.
dude, I was just a chunky little thing, right? And I mean, I was so cute, but still, like, Build-A-Bear? My mom gets so mad. I'm like, mira, mami, los pies de Build-A-Bear que me tenías. Like, yes, just
the
big.
chamorros and everything. Yeah.
And then I literally grew up like that. And then at one point, it kind of got into, like, that bullying or, like, passive-aggressiveness of kids. I also believe that's kind of, like, what built my character of being, like, so nice, so bubbly. Part of me, I think, always wanted to fit in. So I wanted to be really nice. And then the bubbly, the personality, I don't know. And then I kind of got just used to being this way. And it comes with my personality as well, but definitely I hold it very deep in my heart because I know what it's like not to like what you look like and want to change it so badly that you're willing to pay or go out of your way. And especially we do live in a world where, unfortunately, and I say unfortunately because I don't necessarily think it should be this way, but we're willing to pay for rapid results, right? And and we're all about instant gratitude. And I can give you that versus going to the gym and really putting in that dedication, and as you should, guys. I'm not saying don't go to the gym, but really putting in that dedication and getting on that right mindset. It's a lot harder to sell that to a client versus come in for 1 hour and you're going to see amazing results, right? It gets people happy. It gets people motivated. It gets them excited. And it makes me happy to see you happy. Right. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I chose body contouring.
But don't the two and two go together?
I was about to say
to work out,
like, for
so
sure.
I was about to say, so if you're doing both, like working out and then you go to like you're getting like really good results.
Oh
right?
yeah, you get amazing results. So yeah, for sure. Like I always tell my clients this: if you don't go to the gym, it's not gonna work the way that it should. I'm not saying that what I do, it doesn't work without the gym, because it does, but it's not going to give you the same results. And this is me being raw and just ugly. Like if you were to go to another clinic and they're like, oh no, just drop 6K right now and you're going to look this way, but you don't need to do anything else. They're lying to you. Like
they're lying.
Yeah.
Even people that get like full on like BBLs or stuff like that, you have to continue to do so.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like if you really want this stuff to work, like this non-invasive stuff to work, you have to put in the work as well. The gym, the water, like
the water.
Yeah, definitely have to drink a lot of water.
For sure.
But yeah, the gym and what I do go hand in hand.
Sorry, I need a burp.
I've been burping. I'm drinking Gatorade.
I'm drinking Crystal Light.
Cups.
Well, since we started talking about the whole like what got you into doing like the body contouring and stuff. You did mention that you recently did like a weight loss journey, right? Like you've been through a weight loss journey.
Yes.
Yeah. So what has that been like for you, or what started it?
This is my second time being skinny, just so everybody knows. Because I know nobody.
Second time being skinny.
She was skinny before, guys. So.
Yeah, just so you know, because I know nobody knows because I don't post anything. I was like hiding for a very long time, right? I'm really working on like my exposure for the business. But no, I know that nobody knows anything about me because I don't have any social media anywhere. But yes, so the first time I lost a bunch of weight, I wasn't even really trying to lose it. It just kind of like came off. So that was nice. Dang. Then I had a baby and I did breastfeed. So that just dropped like another extra 20 pounds. It was just beautiful. Like, girl, I could eat pizza and I was just dropping the weight.
That's breastfeeding. I lost so much weight.
It was so crazy. But then sure enough, like, I didn't do anything to get there. So eventually it kind of started coming back. But when it came back like full force times 10. It was so scary. It was terrible. So that like messed with my emotions a little bit and all that negative stuff. So anyway, last year in June, June 10th or 11th, one of those 2 days, I decided to go under surgery. Again, I'm extremely impulsive. I was just tired of my life, and I was already going through a transition of change. I was already planning like an exit of this lifestyle that I had that I wasn't happy with. And I knew like, okay, what is going to give me results faster than the gym? And I was like, aha, surgery. Like, I'm just gonna go through with it. Like, I don't know. And surgery doesn't scare me. Again, I'm in the industry, so I'm very like, whatever. You just go to sleep for a little bit. Despiertas y ya.
That's what terrifies me.
Yeah.
Me da miedo que me duerman.
Yeah. So, to me, it's like very second nature, right? Like I worked in the hospital for years too. So it's something that I just see as normal.
Yeah.
So anyway, needless to say, I, ended up booking the surgery and I didn't tell anybody. Like, that was another thing. I come from a very, like, old school Hispanic family.
Oh, okay.
So I was not trying to hear it from them. Like, estás bien bonita, quiérete, amate. Like, I legit was not trying to hear it, right?
Yeah.
And then at the time, I was with the...
My mom would have been like, just ponte a dieta.
Yeah.
Mom, it's not that easy.
For real.
I want results tomorrow.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was also with the father of my baby. And I was like, man, like, I'm really not trying to hear it. Like, I don't know, you know, like save that money for something else, or I don't know. I literally was like, I'm doing this, and nobody has to know.
Yeah.
But then, you know, shit gets real quick. Like, can we cuss on this?
Yeah, you can.
I'm like, oh, bleep that out.
This is probably the cleanest episode we've had.
Okay.
Finally.
I was like, I'm gonna do this. Nobody has to know. But then it got real quick. Like, I was like, wait a minute, I'm gonna go under. I'm not gonna do it in town. I have a baby.
You have a baby.
Yeah, like I can't just, you know, I can't.
I'll be back for some. I'll be back in a couple of days.
Straight up, I can't just go. And at the time, I'm still in a relationship. Like, for real, I can't just be like, hey, te encargo la niña, al rato regreso. Literally.
Don't worry, I'll be back.
I'm going out with the girls. Yeah. Like, it's been 3 days.
It's a girls trip. Haven't seen no pictures.
Hungover, like the movie. I know.
So I was like, damn, like I'm gonna have to tell somebody. So sure enough, like I ended up telling my mom for safety reasons, right? And I was like, oh my God, the one person I didn't want to tell, but I have to because God forbid something goes left. There's nobody in this world I trust more than her, right?
Yeah.
With my daughter. And I had to have that hard conversation with her and with the father of my child. I was just like, hey, well, I'm going to do this. And he was like, okay, like that's another thing. I was kind of taken back by his reaction, guys. Like, that's one thing. That's how you know that you might not really know someone, or you get scared of what they're going to think. And they might be the biggest supporter you have. He was just like, all right, like, si quieres, ¿estás segura? And, you know, and I was like, yes, si estoy segura, like, you know, whatever. And he was like, okay, cool. Like, well, when are you going to be back? Right? And then he was like, when are we going? Because he loves going to Mexico too, right? He was like, so when are we going? And I was like, well, I'm going. In 2 days. Like,
you have to stay with the baby.
No, literally.
So te quedas.
Yeah, no, I think he was just kind of like, what the like I think it was just too fast for everyone. Yeah. And it was also just, I didn't give anyone a chance to even tell me what like they thought or what they felt. Yeah. Yeah. So I think it was also very surreal to him, to our mom, to everybody involved. They were like, what the heck? It didn't give anybody time to think about it. So I ended up going. I got it done. And dude,
so what was this, like gastric bypass or like
the sleeve, but it could have gone left. And so my surgery was 45 minutes. I was under for 4 hours. I was in surgery for 4 hours. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And my mom, I don't know, like, I'm telling you, like, maybe it was that mom feeling, but she was like, I don't think you should go. And I was like, oh my God, mommy, por eso no te iba a decir, pero te tengo que decir por la niña, right? She's like, no, Abby, I just don't think you should go. Yeah. And I was like, okay, well, I mean, I already have the air flight tickets. Like, you know, I'm going to a really safe place. Like, I got it done in Monterrey. Yeah. So, I mean,
that's where I want to go get my nose done. But my husband's like, no, you're not going to Mexico. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, no. Like, I got it done in a really safe place. Yeah. Like, and then I had a nurse. Like, they were very, you know.
So you went all by yourself?
Yes, girl.
You're
wild,
crazy,
girl.
Yeah, you're crazy.
Take it back right now. No, I'm very like. I
I've
told
been
you.
crying.
I would have been like, no, I need my mom. Like, I need my mom.
My mom.
Yeah, I would. I will say this: I'll never do another procedure like that alone ever again.
Oh, yeah.
Things get very real, and when you look around, but I also think that it's nice to
Be strong enough to do it.
get that experience.
Yeah.
Like when you look around and literally you can't move, you're gonna see who's there, and literally there was nobody. So. I mean, it's a sucky thing, but I think it was a good thing. I think it was, remember, this is all happening right before my huge transition in my life. So I think I needed to go through this because eventually.
To know that you were going to able to do stuff on your own.
Yeah, I think eventually I was going to be on my own. And sure enough, I got the surgery on the 10th. And about 10 days later, I was all on my own, just with my child. But
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So you say this big transition. Are you okay, like, to speak on that?
Yeah, I don't care, girl.
Okay.
She's like me.
All right,
I've been telling everything too.
What is this big transition you're talking about?
Just in general, business, life. I told you the whole like me gaining so much weight. It took me to a really dark place. Like I grew up a bigger girl, so you would think, okay, at this point, like you're used to being bigger, you've gone through so much because of it. I literally didn't date in high school, all throughout high school. Like I just didn't do that. And I want to say it was because of my weight, like I was very sheltered and all that, but also I just didn't date, right? Yeah. I didn't know what it was like to have like a boyfriend in high school. And then as I got older, I don't know, like you would think at this point in life, you know how to take it in. Well, no, I guess since I gained so much, I just didn't even know what to do with myself.
Yeah. One of my tias, she got the sleeve and she wasn't even like everybody be like, why are you gonna do it? Ni estás tan gorda, like this and that, Mexicans. Yeah. And she got it and we were at a birthday party like 2 or 3 weeks ago and she was like, ay, yo soy feliz flaca. She was like, and I don't care. She was like I would get that surgery all over again. She was like, because I would cry. Yeah. She's like, I would cry because I was like, I don't like the way anything fits me. Like I don't like going shopping. And I was like 100%. I was like, I agree with her. I was like, because I was the opposite. Yo siempre fui flaca. Like toda mi vida I was like a freaking size 0. Like I graduated high school, I was a size 3. Like I was super skinny my whole life. And then I started gaining weight. And then after I had my daughter, I lost a lot of weight because my mom's real big on the cuarentena. So, I was like really skinny. Yeah. And then once COVID started like happening, like I gained so much weight. I want to say I was like, dude, like I kid you not, when I finally weighed myself, I think I was like 5 pounds under 200. So I know I was like 200 or over 200 pounds. So I hated going shopping. Like, I hated it. And I was like, and then when I finally lost the weight with like, when I was going with Alexia, like, when I first saw my first transformation pictures, I literally cried, dude. Like, I was like, I cannot believe that, like, I was, like, that big. And, like, that's why I felt the way that I felt. Like, if it sucks, it's a horrible feeling. Yeah. Like, you get sad, you're depressed, you don't want to do nothing. Yeah,
those, like, little Target trips that are supposed to be fun. And you see, like, a cute bathing suit. And then you're like, ugh. Yeah, no. That's not what I wanted to look like.
I feel like I'm at that stage right now because I don't like really take pictures. Like my mother takes pictures.
That's how I was.
I took pictures with Robbie because I'm not happy, but my memories in his. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I like to take pictures with him, but I didn't post any because I do feel like I look huge.
Yeah. And like, and that's one of the reasons
I have family pictures that I have never posted of me, Henry, and Mylene when Mylene was like maybe 2. Yeah. And I was so big.
That's crazy.
And I didn't post them.
I like that we're talking about this because this is my opinion. Now that I've gone through it, we should always take the pictures. You know how yes. You know how bad I regret having, like, I look through my 100%. Phone. Actually, the guy you mentioned earlier,
Carlos.
Yes. He was like, hey, well, I need to see, you said you lost weight. Like, I need to see a fat picture of you. And I was like, I don't
A
have
fat picture?
Yeah,
That's
well,
what
he
he
didn't,
said?
he didn't say that.
Oh,
I'm sure he
said Carlos.
I'm sure he used
like
to-
a picture of your
Yeah,
beginning of your
before.
journey.
I'm sure he used other wordage. I don't know. But then again, we're kind of comfortable with each other, so he might
Yeah.
have said
Hey,
fat.
Lowe's,
I don't
come
know.
on, bro.
No, but I don't think he said that. But he did say, like, let me
Scratch
see.
that, scratch that.
Dude, I kid you not. Like, I'm like sitting there, like scrolling, and I'm like, no, dude, I don't have any. And he's like, dude, let me see.
Yeah.
And I think he thought I was just fucking with him, like, I don't want you to see me fat type of thing. But I literally realized I have no pictures of myself, none.
Yeah.
It's all my daughter and the father of my child when when I was with him, and we were all one big happy family. But I would make sure that I would be like. But I was never in it,
Yeah.
right? So I have all those beautiful memories, but up here. And it's crazy, but if I were to go, I'm sure if I were to go through his phone and there's no pictures of me, because I would
Because
make it a point,
yeah, me
like,
too.
not to come out in these pictures.
Me
And
too,
it's
with
sad.
my
daughter's
husband.
5 now, and
Yeah.
that's really, really sad. So definitely take the pictures at
Yeah.
least for them. I do think about it,
Yeah.
like, God forbid.
No,
that
I
surgery-
take
I don't have
pictures.
pictures with Mylene at the hospital.
I take the
When my
pictures
daughter was
with
born.
like my son. And
Oh, I
Rob.
have some very raw ones because, oh my God, for all the fathers out there,
Learn how to take pictures.
Learn how to take the pictures. Tell me why. Like, dude, the father of my child literally sale toda mi boob. He's like this. Like, I can't deal with him.
No, my husband didn't even take the phone to take pictures because I had a C-section. Ni metió el celular.
He
So they were like,
probably
"Oh, let's take
scared.
pictures," and he was like, "Oh, I didn't know I could bring my phone in here."
Yes,
Let me
dude,
go
he
run
got-
and get it.
He got
And I
the
have
worst
I have
pictures.
videos of him changing her diaper, videos of him carrying her, pictures of him carrying her, and of me. Nothing.
None.
And I remember because they took newborn pictures for her at the hospital, and I remember the photographer was like, "Can I get some of you with her?" And then I was like, "No, like I didn't have my makeup. Again, like we've talked about the C-section, like I was not expecting this stuff. I had like the matching set with her, like the robe with her little blanket. Like for all the pictures, I took all my makeup, lashes, and then after I like got up for the first time for my C-section, I was like, I'm not fucking doing my makeup in here. Like I've had enough. I'm ready to go home.
I give my husband Rob that he did. He took a lot of pictures.
Henry did it.
He still
my
takes
God,
a lot of
no.
pictures, and I hate it. I'm like, dude, I look so stupid in that.
No, but you have
like
those
a why?
pictures. Yeah,
Yeah.
like you have them.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh, I should have let that lady just take my pictures with
Yeah.
her.
Oh yeah, I have the newborn
Yeah.
ones, but we are big on pictures. But I do look back, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, it's so crazy how we're so hard on ourselves. Like, V&A sent me a picture this morning of us, like, back in, like, 10 years ago. And I was so skinny.
Dude.
And I was so, like, I was not confident at all. I would hide my body. I would wear
And now
a
you're like,
one
I wish I
piece.
looked like that.
Yeah, I wish I looked like that.
Yeah.
I used to wear one pieces. I would hide my arms. Now my arms are way bigger than what they were back then. I'm like, oh, that's so hard to, like... And I'm sure for y'all as moms of a daughter, like, how do you raise your daughter to not want to like hate her body?
Oh, I tell Mylene she's beautiful all the time.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And somebody will be like, "Oh, you're so ugly, dude." Like just playing around. She's like, "No, I'm not. I'm cute." I'm like, "That's how I know I'm raising you right,
Yeah.
dude." Like I want you to
but
be
like
confident
also
like
to
that.
like when they get in their teenage years, like to love their
Oh,
body.
it's gonna be hard.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, that is gonna be hard. But for me, I'm really big, kind of like on you said, like kind of like what you said, just telling her how beautiful she is. I do that on a daily.
Me too.
Yeah.
To the point where sometimes I do question myself on that parenting, like, wait, am I blowing up her head? Because no, really, like you can't.
Mylene, Mylene has a big head already.
Okay,
so.
I'm like, you can't tell her anything. Like, she literally will be like, I'm the smartest one in the room.
We love a confident queen.
Yes, and I love that.
I
but
love that.
It literally
Yeah.
makes me question, like, is this what I want? Like, at what point does it become arrogance? Because
Like
she's on a
humble
whole,
and
yeah,
arrogant,
she's on
yeah.
a whole different level. It's funny. She does a whole thing. Like, she's a mess, girl. But I will say, I also have her in sports, and I think that helps with her confidence in general. And she does have my genes. So I make sure to keep her in sports because I don't want her just like blowing up. Like that scares me.
It's hard.
because she eats a lot of junk food too.
Yeah.
She's a kid.
It's hard. My tia was telling me because Mylene can't have sugar because she goes crazy, right? And I'm always on diet, so I always have like
Other options.
healthy snacks, like
Yeah.
other options. I mean, she has her Danimals, her like applesauces, Rice Krispies. She has Doritos. Like she's not like forbidden from everything, you
Yeah.
know. But she does not have sugar.
You're big on it.
Because I'm like, she can't,
Same.
she's gonna go crazy, right?
Same,
So
yeah.
my tia was like, esta niña está traumada because my family knows que like vivo a dieta and like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm always eating healthy. And my tia's like, this niña está traumada. We went to the store the other day and she was like, oh, I can't have that because it has sugar. And I was like, but it's not because I don't want her to have sugar to gain weight.
She just
like
knows.
she goes crazy. I was like, and my family thinks that it's because like,
Oh, no,
se lo
yeah.
prohíbo, you know, because they're
No.
like, you don't even let her have sugar. That's why she's skinny. And I'm like, no, like
They're judging. Dude, my mom, it's a Mexican thing. I'm telling you, my mom.
Yeah.
She's like, mira, vi cómo tienes la niña tan flaquita.
yeah, and I'm like,
if she was suffering, I'm like, Mom, get it together.
my
Like,
gosh.
si come.
my family
Yeah.
legit thinks that I'm like traumatizing
Like
her
starving
into having
her?
like
Yeah.
like the almond mom. Yeah, like that. And I'm like, no, it's just because she bounces off the walls if she has sugar.
Yeah, that's
like
funny,
that's the
yeah.
reason why. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
she'll
so
be like,
funny.
oh, I can't have sugar. And I'm like, but it's not because what y'all think. Like, it's
Yeah.
not because
No,
of that.
my mom all the time. It's a Mexican thing. My mom all the time. She's like, Abby, what is she eating? Why is she? I'm like, I don't know. Like, she runs all day. Like, she looks skinny. Like,
Yeah.
you know, she's not like, I don't know. Like, even though we have the same genes, she's literally not like me. Like, I told you earlier, like, me at that age, girl, I was already like a whole freaking teddy bear. It was, I don't know.
Robbie got Rob's because he's skinny as heck.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was super thick. I was a little chubby girl.
Me too.
But
I was super skinny.
we're
No me
talking
quedaban
about
las medias.
motherhood.
Yeah.
So this is one of my next questions. How was your motherhood journey
Yeah,
been?
guys.
Did you always see yourself being a mom?
How was my motherhood journey?
Journey.
No, I did not see me being a mom.
No? You know what? That's crazy because me either.
Like she just came. No,
like I knew I always wanted to get married, but I didn't always know I wanted to have kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I don't know. I guess I never gave it much thought. Again, I never really dated in high school, so I didn't ever envision my life with a family or anything
okay,
like
yeah,
that. I don't know. I didn't. No.
You never thought you were going to be a mom?
Never thought I was going to be a mom. And then when I became a mom, it kind of hit me full force. But I will say that it changed my entire life. And not to sound like the typical cliche, like, oh, la bendición te cambia la vida.
No, but they do, guys.
They do. They really do.
They really do.
Yeah.
Like, she changed everything for me. Like, when I tell you this girl taught me patience, she taught me love, she taught me care, like, the whole thing, like it all comes in like this little girl,
and you never realize like how much you're gonna love this person.
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
no.
yeah, you never, like, for me, like,
Yeah.
I told you earlier, I'm very impulsive. I'm an only child myself.
Yeah.
So things get done how I want them to get done when I want them to get done.
Yeah.
Right. I grew up very spoiled, like, and
This is why I have to have another kid.
Yeah.
It sounds like Robbie. They get it done right now, like this, mom, like that. That's how my son is.
Yeah.
He's
it's-
so impulsive.
Yes, it's not necessarily a bad thing though. Well, I don't know though, but
Like,
because I'm have an only child and I think I want to keep her that way. And everybody's like, ¿Quieres que esté como tú sola? I'm like, yeah, why not? What's wrong with me?
But when you were little,
wrong
would you
with
ask
me?
for siblings or you never asked for siblings?
I think maybe once, and I wasn't thinking straight.
my
I don't know.
My daughter, yeah. My daughter's always like, I want a sibling. I
My
want a
daughter
sibling.
too.
And
No,
then I'm
I
like,
think I was probably around their age, you know, asking for siblings. You know, you're
Yeah.
a kid, you want to
But
play
I tell
with
her, I'm
them.
like, you're gonna outgrow it, dude. You're gonna love being an only child.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but no, definitely wasn't ready to be a mom. I don't even think I wanted to be a mom, to be honest. At the time, she watches this and she's like, "What did you say?" And she's 15. No, I didn't want to be a mom at the time, but you know, things happen and God kind of plans everything out for you, a certain way. And I think that I really needed her at the time for strength, right? And I think God knew exactly what He had planned for me, and would it not be for her, I probably wouldn't even be here today, just because I've gone through so much mentally and so much darkness. She's the light. She's literally the light of my life.
oh, babies, have babies. I'm just kidding. Start with just one.
Or not. I'm like, I don't know.
or not.
Yeah, or not.
No, but they do take like a huge mental toll on you, because I grew up with a lot of sisters, but my mom nos chifló mucho.
Yeah.
Like, a lot. Like, to this day, my dad's making carne asada and he cuts pieces of the carne and nos los da like at the,
Oh,
like, you
okay,
know,
okay.
like, we're
Yeah.
very, very babied,
Bless.
basically. Like, very babied. And because of that, like, whenever I became a mom, I didn't want to have more kids. Like, I was like, no, I don't want other kids. And they would be like, why? You don't want more kids? I was like, because I'm selfish. I was like, because I'm selfish. I was like, because kids take up a lot of time. they take your fucking mental health. Like, it's insane. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I was going crazy, like, for the whole first 2 years, you know? And I was like, I was so used to doing everything for me, myself, and I. Like, everything, you know? So when you become a mom, you come last, dude. Like, not you come last, but
No, pretty much.
yeah, your baby is gonna come first. Like, you have to do everything for them.
Especially in a Hispanic household.
Oh yeah, like you do everything for them, and then it's just like I would tell people, I was like right now, like I'm at a good place. Like I'm back to being able to do my makeup for an hour, like take an hour, 2 hours to get ready, like pa empezar otra vez, and like to get rid of that. Like I was always like, I don't know if I want more kids. Like I like having me.
Yeah.
As bad as it sounds, you know.
No,
like,
it doesn't sound bad.
No, I always feel like I get judged. Like they're like, oh, like.
I feel like a lot of moms can relate. I don't feel like I don't feel like Robbie has taken a mental toll on me. I don't. I do miss though, just it being me and Rob.
Oh yeah, that too.
Like I know that's a topic we want to touch, but I do feel bad when I do just miss it being me and my husband.
Yeah,
because
like anoche me and Henry took a selfie. Did you see it on my Instagram? Yeah. Mylene cried for like an hour because she wasn't in the picture. Wasn't she a part of the family too? That was what she told us. She's like, I'm a part of your family too. Am I not a part of your family?
Oh my God.
Yeah. You are, dude. I was like, I already took a picture with you.
Yeah.
But it's you, me, and Babe. So it's 3. The picture's supposed to be us 3. I was like, oh my God, dude.
Yeah, no, I don't think she took like a I don't think she's ever took a crazy mental like health.
Yeah.
That Mylene on me, see.
Yeah, no, definitely not for me. If anything, she's kind of like helped me. Yeah,
That's good.
She helps me a lot. She kind of motivates me, right? Like,
oh yeah.
And I always, and not only that, I see that. I'm sure you see this from your kids. Like they're always watching.
They are always watching.
Like you can
the
tell
good,
them
the bad.
Yeah, no, literally, you can tell them like, hey,
it.
you need to act this certain way. And I'm too, because this happened to me. I'm like really big on like, mommy, don't litter. Right.
Oh, okay,
like I'm trying to teach her right. Like everything, morals, the whole thing. I'm trying to do the right thing. And I caught her littering one time. So I was like, go over there and pick it up because, you know, people are going to have to clean it and you don't want the city to look nasty, blah, blah, blah. Right. So she picks it up. So then one time for the one time, I was going to do this. I was going to mess with Texas for a little bit. And I literally just threw, what was it? Dude, it was a wing. So, you know.
That's good. That's biodegradable, dude.
Dude, it was literally a wing. So what did I do? Like, I put the window down and I threw it. Dude, she was like, Mom, you said you're not supposed to litter.
Yeah, they watch everything.
Yeah. And like everything. So little things like that, you realize like, dude, I shouldn't be talking a certain type of way if I'm telling her not to do it.
Yeah.
I'm over here telling her like how alcohol can kill you, but then she sees me just chugging down the margaritas. Like, you know, things like that. Yeah. So kids always see it. So I think it's good that I did have her. She definitely keeps me on my toes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like I'm thankful that I had my daughter, but I do feel like it took a mental like toll on me. Like I was like so used to, again, me.
Yeah. No, I think we needed her. I think like her dad needed her for sure.
I think for me, it didn't take a mental toll because, again, I raised all my siblings.
Yeah.
So I was like, I know what's coming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think the only thing I didn't, the difference between me raising my siblings and my child was like, okay, I can't just give it back. You know, like this is my, like, even through nighttime, like, even though I would help my mom with my siblings when they were sick at night and stuff, it wasn't every night. Yeah. Like, this is mine. This is my little human. I got to take care of for its rest of his life.
Yes.
That was the only difference. And then like, I love Rob, but like you said, I didn't know I could love this human so much. Like how much you could love your own kid. It's crazy. Yeah. That love is indescribable.
It is indescribable. Like, you feel like your heart's going to explode or something. Like, I don't know. Like, it's like, dude, I freaking love you so much.
So much. Like, you don't understand.
There's a frog on next to our door.
Okay, guys.
Let's first pause.
Well, we could go on a quick break. We're going to go on a quick break, guys. Hey, we're back from a break.
Yes, we had to take a little break, and then, you know, we get to chatting, and no sabemos cómo parar de hablar. Se me olvidó el español. But we were talking about, like, what it meant to you, like, your job and all that, and going back to your past, and you got a surgery and stuff like that. So you got into this, like, to help women, right? And you brought up that you would like to start a charity one day. Can you give a little detail about that?
No, yeah, for sure. I think for right now, I'm kind of like one step at a time, making sure that everything falls into place, right? Because like I said, I can be very impulsive, and if I do things
You have to bring
too
it
fast,
closer because you can't hear you.
Oh, there
like
goes.
that,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Like if I do things a little too fast, I'm afraid that it's not gonna.
Like it could fall apart.
Yeah,
or
it could
something.
fall apart. Yeah, so I'm trying to be very mindful on how I do it. But I definitely want to eventually start a charity, specifically to help women in our culture, right? I do have a certain part of my life that definitely built me to who I am now. And I had a great teacher in my life, right? Which is the father of my child. He taught me so much. He taught me what I want and what I don't want.
Yeah.
And I think that there's so many women out there that don't see it like that. They don't realize that they're with their biggest teacher. They feel like they're with their soulmate and they put up with so much. They don't understand this is my teacher and he's here to teach me what not to put up with, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's very important for me to be able to share that, but help them and also get funds for them, right? Like some women know that this is their teacher too. There's also those women that understand this is not the person they're supposed to be with.
Yeah.
But there's no exit because there's no financial there. There's nothing there for them, right?
Like they don't know how to get out.
Yeah. And again, especially taking it back to our culture, a lot of these men, they work, they bring a check home, but the women stay at home with the kids. Sometimes it's not just one. I was blessed that I stopped it at one, but some parents have 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Right. At that point, it kind of really makes the women think like,
oh, dang, I have to stay.
If I leave, like, ¿quién me va a pagar la renta, the shoes? Like, there's so much that women think because women are very smart, right? They're not just going to get up and go. And I also think that men understand that.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I think that men see that, understand that, and they're like, she ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Right? So I really want to find a way to help those women, specifically within our culture, that I know need to get out of it or want to get out of it and they don't know how to. So my plan is hopefully find them an exit plan, right? Like guide them to the right counselors, to the right church, to
I think
to people that are willing to really lift them up. Like, hey, it's okay if you fall, I'll pick you up. My biggest fear is for someone to say like, F this, I'm done with you, and they leave, and then a month, they get an apartment, they get a car note, and a month passes and they realize, oh shit, I gotta come up with $3,000 out of pocket.
Yeah.
Who's gonna do that? Oh, my baby daddy, let me go right back. Because that could have happened to me. Right. Some of us are very strong-minded and we know there's a way and we're going to find a way. But unfortunately, not all of us are built that way.
Yeah.
Right. And that's when I feel like they need a sisterhood to remind them like, hey, keep it pushing, girl. Like, I can help you get a job. I can help you. I can set you up with this counselor. I can set you up. Go to this church. Like, they're going to help you. So the charity means the world to me. But I definitely think one step at a time, I need to find the right people. So if you're interested in like calling me to help, definitely it would mean the world. But yes, that's definitely in the future in the plans.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Or
I feel like the counselor and stuff. Like,
yeah, but like if anybody knows like what's
how
it
to
called?
start a charity,
Not just how to start a charity, but if like churches or
women shelters
or women shelters or like I know a lot of churches that give free food. So if you do know anything, hit up Bear Beauty because that is a beautiful idea, to be honest.
And I do feel like that is a reason why a lot of people stay.
Oh yeah, for
Like,
sure.
That's the main reason.
My grandma stayed with my grandpa through so much abuse.
Yeah.
Through so much abuse. Like my grandma went through hell and she stayed with that man. I don't know how.
Yeah, and I want to find different avenues because it doesn't come from just
abuse.
Just financial.
Oh,
For
financial,
me,
yeah.
I was even though I was married to a Hispanic or together with a Hispanic, excuse me. I'm burping too.
And we're drinking water. I know.
It's the air.
Even though I was with the Hispanic, he was so cool, like super supportive of me having like my own job, like so for me it wasn't so much the financial. If anything, I had money because él no me pedía. We were very used to like we go out to eat, he pays it. He paid our bills, so
like your money was your money.
Yeah, I had money to chunk deuces anytime. But I think that that's why I want more avenues. Like for me, I maybe didn't need the financial side of it, but I definitely needed God on my side. Definitely needed God on my side. I needed that consistency of like going to church, and then I also needed a counselor on my side.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to find those people, because some people, it's not just a financial, it's your own mental health allowing you to stay there because you just don't have that self-love. And again, taking it back to our culture, this is why why I want it so much for the women. I know that every woman goes through it, right? But I feel like specifically our culture, like for me, I know that my family didn't do it to harm me, right? Mm-hmm. But
it's just what they knew.
Yeah, I don't think that they ever looked at me like my cousins or, and again, like it's all love. I love them, but I don't think they did it on purpose. But I don't think I ever heard them call me beautiful. The way we show each other love is like, ¿qué onda, gorda? Ay, te ves bien fea. Hoy sí te bañaste. Like, literally, if we show up looking nice like Christmas, se bañó. Like, that's the way we show love. And it's all good until it starts getting in your head. Now you're putting up with all this abuse from the one person that calls you beautiful.
Yeah. I was always told that my older sister was prettier than me by my tias.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah. That's crazy. And I'm another child. I didn't put up with that type of
And it's true. Like, I will say, like, Ariana is way more beautiful than me, But, like, being... Like, I don't need my tias to be telling me that.
No,
exactly.
Like,
like, it's stuff like that. Like, there's a lot of kinds of stuff that we grow up Hispanic. And it's family, like, why are you fucking telling me this?
For me, my mom never... Like, every time I lose weight, she'd be like, oh, well, you need to lose more here and here. And that's when I was, like, skinny. Like, I lost, like... 80 pounds, and she would still tell me like, oh, well, you just need to lose a little more here, and you need to lose it. My mom was like that.
No, for me, I think it was. I don't think it was ever that harsh. I don't think they knew they were doing it. I literally look back, and I've never sat down and had a conversation with them because, again, they're old school, they're Hispanic, they're not gonna know how to take it. But at the same time, I really don't think they were doing it. Like I can't tell you someone ever looked at me and pinched me and said eso se ve mal. No, like, well, my cousins, but that's them. I mean, like, coming from, like, the older generation, no, but the nicknames. Oh, man. I have nicknames for days. I never got nicknames.
But I have nicknames for days. I think in the older, like, Hispanic society, like, I feel like a lot of women didn't have support the way we do nowadays.
Yeah.
They didn't ask each other,
we were never taught self-love.
Yeah, no. They never even asked each other, are you okay? Do you need help? Do you need... Like, it was always mind your business. It was always like that.
Yeah, I'll never forget, dude. Like, I'm freaking city. Maybe this is so funny, but it's so sad. Like, I'm maybe 7 years old. I told you earlier, I grew up with my grandma. Was this on this podcast or on the first 25 minutes? One. Okay. So, taking it back, like a little bit of a backstory. I grew up with my mom, but my mom was an immigrant for a while. And then because of that reason, she would ship me off to Mexico. So anyway, I lived with my grandma for a while, and she raised me. Girl, I kid you not. One summer, my mom was like, se me está poniendo bien gordita la niña. So my grandma was like, all right, all hands on deck. Like, I'm helping you raise this kid. Tell me why she went to freaking Soriana y me compró nopalina, dude. At 7 years old. Gosh. Every morning, she would freaking put it in the water or like con jugo de naranja and mix it, and I had to drink it. Like, it's funny because... I think my grandma was doing it out of love. She wanted to watch my weight, and that was the healthy thing to do, right? But I kid you not, I've been in a diet since I was 7 years old. Like, it's like that's the not so funny part of things, right?
Yeah.
That then you don't know how to love yourself.
Yeah.
Or as I got older and I started kind of having boy trouble, if I was like sad at home or something, mom would be like, ponte a trabajar, mejor ponte a limpiar, like, like, what are you tripping about, dude? Like, life is beautiful, te pago todos los biles,
Yeah.
And again, I'm not mad at them. I understand where they're coming from, and trust me, I understand their mentality. That's just not my mentality.
Yeah.
And to each their own, right? But I do truly and honestly believe that has a lot to do with everything that I went through. Would I had not been raised that way? Would I had been told there's a way out?
Vales más.
Yeah, vales más. Would my cousins have said you're beautiful? I'm just kidding. No, I just know some of them are going to be watching. They're going to be like, oh, fuck, it was me. It was you.
I love you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. I do know some of them are probably going to be watching. So, but no, really, like, would we have been raised a little differently?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Maybe I wouldn't have gone through some of the stuff I went through.
Yeah.
Which is heavy. And I know that they're not ready to hear it either. So.
Yeah. Like I talked to her like off the
Camera.
but I discussed how growing up in a Mexican culture, it's not everybody, right? But this is how it was for me. Losing your virginity to somebody makes you really like put up with stuff that you wouldn't regularly put up with, because we're raised in a culture where once you lose that, like, ya no vales. You know, like, el otro no te va a querer porque you don't have that anymore. I was like, and you think in your mind, like, because this happened to me, like, I would think in my mind, like, I have to forgive him because he has that already.
Oh,
Yeah.
because you like lost.
You
it
know?
to him.
Yeah. And then I was like, and even following that, like, being with somebody after that, it's like, I have to stay with them too, because then what, I'm a hoe?
Because you slept with them.
They can't
Yeah.
be taking
No,
more than
that
one
makes
guy in a
sense.
Hispanic household.
Yeah, negative.
No, yeah. Even now, like, my separation's pretty fresh. Or I think it's not even fresh. It's been a year, right? But it's still fresh to
It's
my
fresh,
family.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if I were to even try to, like, hey, I'm dating this guy, like, oh, that's
Hey,
cool.
how y'all doing?
Yeah, like, you could try to date him all the way over there, girl. But bringing him back home, dude, I feel like my family would be like,
Yeah.
what about so-and-so,
No,
right?
one of my cousins, she was married se casó desde los 15 años y ella siempre se quería separar. Like,
Yeah.
she didn't want to get married, but my tía made her get married because se la robó, you know,
Yeah,
like in
yeah, yeah.
Mexico. So they made her
Yeah.
get married. She was 15. She looked like a freaking quinceañera the day of her wedding.
Oh my god.
And
I'm like-
yeah, and she was so young.
I know,
and
scary.
now, years later, they're not together anymore. They got divorced, I think, like maybe 2 years ago. And she is with somebody else now. And my tías were like, yo no quiero que entre a la casa, like the new person, you know? But I was like, y'all don't know what she went through behind closed doors with this other person.
Literally.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
he might have been good to y'all, but y'all don't know what she went through. And she deserves to be happy. And
Yeah.
if she wants to bring this person around, she deserves to be able to do
For
that.
sure.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
he has visited like our house, like my mom's, like my parents' house, and my mom like lo deja que entre, and that's what the thing about me. My mom, yes, she grew up very old school, but she's very big on like you be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
You
is.
know, like she's very big on like if that's not making you happy, like I want you to be happy.
Yeah.
I
you
would
know?
say I don't have tias like that.
Yeah.
Shout out to my tias.
You're like, I don't have
Yeah,
them
that
be
won't
like
accept
that.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
like,
think
they're
my
not
mom
like
is
that.
the one tia that will accept it.
All of my tias are open.
I
more
have
to, like,
one tia that
moderate.
she's very like modern. Oh, I
Yeah.
love her. I'm
Yeah.
so
That's
how all my
proud of
tias are.
her. Like she's came such a long way.
Like even my tia,
Yeah.
who's like really into God, that I've told you before. Like
She's more accepting.
She's more accepting.
Yeah,
too.
because she loves God for real.
Yeah,
Not
like,
for
she's
fake.
Like, yeah, she's a lot more accepting
Yeah.
too.
That is
She
too
knows
funny.
there's mistakes. She knows like, oh, they just didn't love each other. It wasn't good for them. It
Yeah.
was toxic.
And
Like
it's
it's better to
okay.
leave. Like you
Yeah.
don't want to be with somebody that's like freaking hitting you.
Yeah.
So I could say my tias are more modern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's
Oh, yeah, that was a really good episode. But before we leave, we do wanted to ask you.
it's what Giselle asks everybody.
Okay, I literally forget we're recording. I'm like clipping on my nails.
No, it's
Yeah.
okay. I'd be talking like this.
Did you want me to ask the question you put? What's one question?
No, you can go.
Okay, we'll skip it.
Okay.
But well, my question that I do have been trying to keep up with, everybody's asking if you could tell your younger self something. What would it be?
And it could be your younger self, like your kid self, or your
Your
younger
teenage
self from
self,
years
or
ago, or a year ago, 2 years
Whatever,
ago.
like whatever time you think of, you could tell yourself in the past.
Okay. And like, as far as like for business purposes or just like
No,
in
like
personal.
Personal,
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, if it's business, then you can do business. But what is one thing that like was very impactful in your life that you could tell yourself that?
Or like a
Like,
time
that
you were
you
going through
wish-
something that you wish somebody would have told you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not the end of the world. And if one door closes, because a lot of doors will shut, just look for the window.
Oh, that's a good
Once you
one.
find-
That's a good
yeah,
one.
once you find that window, hop on to the next. And you'll be fine. Like, you will be fine.
Yeah.
That's a really good one. I've never heard that.
I've never heard the window either.
Me either.
I've never heard that. I've always heard
that.
like more doors open. Like,
Yeah, I thought she
Yeah.
was saying
but
that-
sometimes they
that's
do feel
good.
like they're all shutting on you.
No, for real.
No, it feels that way.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like doors shut. But I promise you, like, God always finds like a little crack. If you see that light, man, just head that way. There's a window, and that's where it's at. There's always that one little light, yeah, and then you just hang on to that, and things start opening up, and the right people will start showing up, and
Oh yeah.
you know,
I
it's
believe in that.
insane. Like literally, one door
Like
closes,
me, when I
but
showed up in your life.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, just kidding. Of course.
Yeah, no, things just the right people show up in your life. Another one, another one. I know you only answer one, but another one is it's okay to accept that people, we go through phases in our life, right? Mm-hmm. And I think it's very important for us to understand that for each phase, there's people in our lives that come in, but they're also seasonal. So we have to understand.
That's a big one for us.
Yeah, we have to understand when to let them go. When is your season over, right?
Yeah.
Are you here for 2 seasons, 3 seasons? Okay, it's been 4. Like, it's time for you to die, bro. Like,
not die.
No, literally. Like, if you heard an episode at one point, in the story, like, you gotta. It's time, right?
Yeah.
And I think sometimes we hold on to that because out of love, right? Like, you don't want to let them go. But if they're not serving you anymore, in your heart, then it's okay. It's okay to let go. It's okay to let go. And I think a lot of people need to hear that because they don't know, like, hey, people are meant to be in your life for seasons. Like that, we're literally designed that way.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure I showed up here for a reason and you guys reached out for a reason, right?
At the right time.
Yeah, at the right time.
And even us, like personal, like I'm not who I was 6-7 years ago.
Yeah, no,
you know, so obviously, like,
I was 6-7 years ago.
Yeah, so
I
friends that
who I was last year.
Yeah, so friends that I had back then, and I'm no longer a part of their life. It's okay because I wasn't meant to always be a part of their life.
Yeah,
like, there's no hate there. It's just it's going different places.
Yeah,
but share with everybody where they can find you.
Oh, I have a few. You're like, lies. I looked everywhere. Okay, so truly and honestly, social media, only one and only, Bare Beauty Aesthetics. What is it? Is it Bare Beauty Aesthetics 01? Yeah, it's on Instagram.
We'll put it on.
Yeah, it's Bare Beauty Aesthetics 01 on Instagram. And that's all you're going to get as far as social media. And I do have a website. It's www.theabbyeffect.com.
Oh, I like that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm, so we'll have to put it on.
I'll link both the website and the Instagram.
Yeah, for sure. And then just email me if you guys, as far as a charity or anything, email me or call me. My phone number is all over, like
the social
all
media
over Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the number to my office. And then, that phone is always in my purse. So,
okay.
Well, sounds good. Thank you for coming with us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I think it was a really good episode. I'm so excited.
That was really good. Yeah.
Thanks. I'm excited.
I know. But thank you guys. We'll see you guys next week.
Right.
And
Bye.
have a happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.